Chaychay's treehouse, a happy space of stories and play. Chaychay's treehouse, a little home high up above. A dream garden, a wonder place, on top of a beautiful tree. She writes, she paints, oh Chaychay, like her name, a sweetheart she is. Explore concepts from all around, and Uncle Katie, full of life, answers their questions through songs and smile. Chaychay's treehouse, a happy space of stories and play. Chaychay's treehouse, a little home high up above. The party awaits with surprise guests. They talk, they teach, they work together just like a team. Ooh. Chaychay wants to be this, Chaychay wants to be that. Sometimes an artist, sometimes a chef. Chaychay's treehouse welcomes all for a joyride.
Strange times.
Very strange indeed.
I cannot do this anymore.
But you don't have a choice.
I don't think even I can help her.
Yeah, right. But you have no option at all.
I cannot learn anything from the TV.
Or through any live videos.
I'm not saying it's easy, but one must try.
It's really confusing. I don't know who the teacher is really talking to.
Well, to you. To all of you.
But our teachers constantly give us work and expect us to finish it without even understanding.
And Amma has no time to sit with me and explain the concepts.
And even I can't help her. It's not as easy as it looks.
Why can't we just go back to school?
Because we don't know if it's entirely safe or not.
Then it's best if we stop studying for now.
Well, you can stop studying, but you don't have to stop learning.
Well, what's the difference?
Oh, big difference. See, we go to school to study, but the fact is, you can learn even when you're interacting with your friends. You can learn here in the treehouse, and we learn from each other.
Oh, and through good films.
And through books.
Now you girls are getting it. See, as long as you apply yourself to the work that you do, and you think about what there is to learn from it, there's a lot to be gained from all of these activities.
COVID times are horrible.
Well, I wouldn't say these are the best of times, but it comes back to the same thing. What can you learn from this?
Seriously? There's something to be learned from coronavirus as well?
Oh, a lot.
Like what?
Like His Majesty has said, you have to learn to change, adapt, and evolve with the times.
But how, Aja?
Well, for one thing, we've been relying on outside food production for far too long.
You mean fruits and vegetables?
You want us to be farmers now?
Why not?
Aja!
Yes, Aja.
All right. Let's do one thing. Chaychay, get me your diaries or piece of paper, whatever, and a couple of pens, pencils, whatever.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Time. Here we are.
Here I am.
Okay. Here's what we're going to do. You are going to prepare a Monday to Friday schedule. For your
Okay.
friends, okay?
Seems fun.
Me too.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Ready to share?
Yeah.
All right. See? What's this? It's just about chilling and TV time and food and screen time and hanging out here at the treehouse?
Well, what else can we do?
But Aja, look at my screen time. It's much less than I would actually like to have. I knew you would freak out.
Time, my dear, is a precious thing. Well, even if Appa and Amma don't have time, it's all right because as long as you have an adult, your day can be exciting.
We have you.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
you have the two of them as well.
Yes, we do.
All right, now we're going to make a new schedule, okay? And let's see what else we can do.
Okay. Again.
Okay, so
All right.
okay, take a look at that.
Well, it includes getting up early.
And exercising.
Yeah, and reading, and what's this? Playing board games? Who plays board games?
We do. See, games like Monopoly, Taboo, Sequence, Chess, Scrabble, these are games of intelligence. They not only build your intelligence, they contribute immensely to family bonding.
And actually, I'm quite excited for this gardening.
And art too. We've been doing a lot of it after all.
I'm excited.
Me
I'm excited.
Yes, you too?
Yeah.
All right, but, ladies, don't forget to do the work given to you by your schools and your online courses.
Truly, what our teachers do, it's not easy.
I loved it and I miss them so much. When I grow up, I want to be a...
You want to be a teacher.
Seriously, how can someone change their mind every day?
It's called having options.
Whatever.
Oh, Aja, by the way, I've written a song for my teachers. Will you sing it with me?
Sure, why not? Let's have the lyrics.
Okay. So, it's called To Sir and Madam, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
I know my left from my right. I know the right from the wrong. The heavy from the light and the light from the dark. Sir, you taught me all I know. I know the truth from the lie. I know the lie is not to stand. Unfair from the fair and the fair from the dark. Madam, you taught me all I know.
Impressive, Chaychay.
You know, that's a very clever song, Chaychay. Very clever song. You've used puns. You know, words that have multiple meanings. Like light, for example. You used it as the opposite of heavy. And light can also mean the opposite of dark. And right as opposed to left, and right as opposed to wrong. And then there was lie, right, which is opposed to truth, but lie can also mean sleeping down. And fair and unfair are a matter of perspective of judgment, and can also mean fair skin, dark skin.
Ooh, okay. Let's sing it together now.
All right, then
All right.
let's
Give
give it a tune, right? I know my left from my right. I know the right from the wrong. The heavy from the light from the dark. Sir, you taught me all I know.
All I know.
All right, so same tune on the next verse.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I got this.
I know the truth from the lie. I know the lie is not to stand. Unfair from the fair, the fair from the dark. Madam, you taught me all I know.
All I know. Hey.
Wow.
Do it together, do it together.
Uh-huh.
All right,
Okay.
okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah?
You know the
Yeah,
lyrics?
I've got it this time.
All right,
Okay.
okay. Here we go.
Let's dance.
I know my left.
From my right, I know the right from the wrong. The heavy from the light from the dark. Sir, you taught me all I know.
All I know.
Second verse now.
Okay.
I know the truth
From the lie.
I know the lie is not to stand. Unfair from the fair from the dark. Madam, you taught me all I know.
All I know.
Woo! Well done. Put it out there, put it out there. Yeah, put it out there. Cool.
Aja, you know what? All of this can be so confusing, right? But our teachers, they do a fine job of making it all understandable.
I feel sorry for some of my friends because some of them don't even have a TV. And my friend Metopema, my best friend, lives with her grandma. She has no phone, no television. I wonder what she's doing. I miss her so much.
You know, Chaychay, I have a big surprise for you. And the answer to your question will be given by none other than our guest for the tea party today. But before you get into the who and the what and the where and the how and all of that, just set up the tea party. Let's
All
get
right,
ready.
let's hurry, Chaychay.
Here you go, you put the books.
Okay.
My favorite donut.
Cool.
Here you go, Chaychay. Acha.
So there should be one, there should be two here, because your guest will be coming here.
Yep.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second.
Ooh. Aja.
Hmm?
Who is it?
Who, Aja?
I knew you were going to ask anyway. All right. The two of you have heard of Kuzu FM, right?
Yes, we
Of
have.
course we have.
Okay. Our guest today is the MD of Kuzu FM.
MD? You mean the managing director?
Right. She's the head of the radio station, the person who manages everything there.
Kuzu Sampala.
Hey. Hi, Saran. Thank you for making it.
For my tea party. I'm Chaychay. This is my treehouse. She's my Ajim Chunku. And Ajakiri, of course. You know him.
Thank you so much for having me here. It's a beautiful tree house.
Thank you.
Come, sit.
Thank you.
So, yeah, Saran, Chaychay is worried about a friend of hers called Metopema, who lives with her grandmother in some rural area, right? And they don't have television access. So your radio channel probably has reach to such kids?
That is so sweet and thoughtful of you to be worried about your friend Metopema. I wonder if it's the same Metopema who usually calls Kuzu FM, and I think she lives in the village with her grandmother as well. So, to answer Aja's question, I'm very happy and excited to share that Kuzu FM has collaborated with the Ministry of Education to produce and air something called the self-instruction material lessons, or we call it the SIM lessons. So you must be wondering, what is that? Let me try to explain. When you were smaller, or maybe Chaychay, because this is for your age group, do you have those stories that have an audio file? It's like you read along and there's sound effects. Yes, Chungku?
Yep.
So it's something like that, but with for educational purposes. So at Kuzu, we have teachers come in and they teach maths, English, and science, and Zonka. And it's for students Metopema's age and maybe Chaychay's age from PP to 3. So for us, we've been so inspired by all the teachers who have come to Kuzu, because this is not something they've been trained for. This is definitely something out of the box for them. But they're pulling up their socks or their wanjus and tegos, and they're doing the best they can. And did you know there's 30,000 of your friends who don't have access to the internet or TV? Yes, in 2020. So for them, you must be wondering, how does it work? Well, they have a booklet as well. So they listen to the audio on Kuzu FM and BBS, by the way. And then the lessons are corresponding to what they have on their booklet. So this is something the Ministry of Education has done for every child who does not have access to the television or the internet. Wow. And the teachers we've met, Aja, they've been so inspirational, and we feel very blessed to work with them. And I think our future is bright.
Wow.
Thank you, Auntie.
You're most welcome.
It must have been difficult for them. I mean, the teachers, like you said, they weren't trained, right?
Right.
So to get used to delivering on radio without an actual classroom, that must have been very difficult.
I think so, for sure, because I think for any one of us, a little bit of nerves.
Right.
It's definitely there.
You must have been through some teething problems in the meantime.
We've been very lucky.
Oh,
I
yeah?
think our teachers are very talented.
Cool.
And I think also, this is something that I think all of us can pride ourselves in being Bhutanese. When the call comes, we stand up.
We
and
answer.
we answer, exactly.
And is it difficult running a radio channel during times like these?
You mean the pandemic or just in general?
In both.
Both. Okay.
Yeah.
That is an excellent question, Chungku, and one that I think a lot of us in the media, especially the radio industry, are asked. Because many years ago, or maybe not too many, radio was the primary source of news and entertainment in many parts of the world. And then, of course, we've had the advent of television, or more specifically, cable television, where, the television took over, right? And then now more so with the internet. So I would say radio's role has definitely shifted from being the primary to maybe the secondary. But in Bhutan, I'm happy to share that we are still the primary source of entertainment and news for many of our very remote communities. In fact, at Kuzu FM, we get calls and letters from our friends in remote places, like Metopema as well, I think, maybe your friend, the same one. And they tell us that, for them, they listen to Kuzu FM because that's what the news channel that they get. And it even helps them improve their English. So we really enjoy and have a great time making programs for people in your age group, Chungku and Chaychay, and even Aja too.
How about the pandemic? How has that changed things?
Okay, right. Well, I think how it has changed is we have to be creative as well now. Because the thing is, I think we are bombarded with news, right? The minute we turn on our television, all we hear is bad news, sadly. So what we're trying to do is, while informing our audience, we also want to deliver some pieces of joy and some good news and try to lift the spirits, because I think that's our asset, is we can reach a lot of people. So that's what we're trying to focus on right now. Positivity, but as well as good information and entertainment.
How does one become an RJ?
Another good question from Chaychay. Okay, so a radio jockey, or some people even say radio DJ, which is a disc jockey, or a radio host. But in Bhutan, I think most of us say RJ. So a radio jockey or RJ is somebody who hosts a show and also creates a mix of music that he or she would like to play during his or her show. So how does one become an RJ? I think that is, in fact, it's a brilliant question. It's not just a good question. So I think the beauty of working at a radio station or anything where you have to be creative is, I think you need passion. So let's say Aja has passion he loves blues, for example, blues or jazz.
Right.
So he can come on the radio show and say, I really like blues and jazz, and I talk very well. I'm a good listener, and I enjoy in making people happy. So he would be a great candidate to be an RJ. What do you think?
You play jazz or blues music to put people to sleep.
or maybe Chaychay, you have a passion for, what do you like?
Korean pop.
Korean pop?
No.
No?
No. What is it? What
Rap
does it do?
music.
I like anything.
Anything. Okay.
Anything.
Like let's pretend you like
Everything.
pop music. Yeah.
Okay.
So you would come and say, I love pop music, and I'm a very good listener. I like talking. I want to be an RJ. So we'll audition you first. Do you know what an audition is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Great. So audition, for those just to recap, is we'll test you out, and if you're good enough, then the floor is yours, or rather the station is yours, and you create your own world. So being an RJ takes a lot of imagination as well.
Do you think you could go make it through the audition?
Yes.
I think she could be the youngest RJ.
And how did Kuzu FM start?
Okay, thank you for that. Kuzu FM has the honor of being the first royal project under the People's Project of His Majesty's Secretariat since 2006. So who's good in maths? How long ago was that?
14 years.
14 years ago, and I think older than two of you. So we are very blessed for that, and 14 years on air.
All right, Chetan, if you haven't figured it out by now, these two girls, they're like sponges. They absorb whatever information they can get. So I was hoping that you might be able to share something enlightening for them that might enrich their lives.
Okay,
If you could.
well, I am a child at heart, so I doubt if I'd have anything enlightening to tell you. But what I do want to share is, I think during these times, I'm so proud of how resilient and how strong our youth are. Like the two of you, you are shining examples of everything that a Bhutanese youth is. So I want to say that more than you deriving inspiration from me, I take inspiration from the two of you. And to be honest, that's what keeps me going. So I want to thank both of you as well. So keep being optimistic, keep being creative, and never stop dreaming. And listen to Kuzu FM. and sometimes you can come by, you can call us, and things may look a bit bleak right now, but always there's a famous saying, behind every dark cloud there's always a silver lining. So always keep your head high, okay?
Wow, that's so inspiring. Do you mind if I stop by Kuzu sometime? Because I think I want to be an RJ.
Me too.
Of course. Both of you can come by anytime, and we'll give you both a shot, and maybe Asha as well.
Maybe I could give it a shot as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for having me here today, Chaychay, Chunku, Aja. The treehouse is so beautiful, and I had a great time. And maybe next time, if you don't mind, can I bring my daughter along?
Of course, that would be great.
Of course, that would be.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Chetan. Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for dropping by.
Bye, bye. See you soon.
All right. So, wasn't that wonderful?
Uh-huh.
All right. Chetan's gone, but we better get going as well, because starting tomorrow, we are following the new schedule.
So you mean we have to start waking up early in the morning from tomorrow itself?
Exactly. Yes.
Oh no!
Well, let's get going. Chop, 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 chop.